Hello everyone, how's it going tonight? Welcome to Cobra Kai Studios, and in tonight's video, we're going to go over some more fan question videos with your host, Daniel-san. So let's get right into it. First question we're going to get into is, are you excited about Season 3 finally being released? Well, not really released, but a confirmation of it being released on January 8th. That's my own question I wanted to ask you all. How excited are you all? We finally got a confirmation of when it's going to be released. So obviously we know January 8th, every one of us Cobra Kai heads are going to be binge watching Cobra Kai Season 3. Am I right? Alright, first actual question from you all fans. Is Snake Terry Silver's son? I had to look into this one a little bit. There's a couple of speculations that he could be related to Terry Silver's, but not per se his son. Just not too much to go on that one, so I wouldn't say so. What do you think? Do you know more about Snake than I do? Do you feel like he could be related to Terry Silver's in any kind of way? Do you think he's Terry Silver's son? That's a good question. I don't know the answer to it. I can't honestly answer that one. So if you feel like you know the answer, feel free to answer. Miguel is alive. Yes, January 8th. My God. And last but not least, Hawk changes his tattoo. This is not really a question. This is just one of your comments, which is, I've wanted to, mention it because it's awesome. He changes his tattoo of Moon. Robbie looks like he's in jail. Kreese got his ass beat. Was it by Hawk? I don't think that he got his ass beat by Hawk, okay? I think that, and Bonsai Kai Dojo, this is his answer, so I'm going to credit this one to him. He thinks that, and I do as well, that Johnny went to confront Kreese and either beat him up, got into a fight, whatever be the case, and Kreese might have called the cops and got him arrested. That's one of these answers, and I really, really like that answer. So I'm going to go ahead and say I agree with what Sensei stated. Me personally, though, I could also see, these are not really my answers, but there's a couple other answers that people have stated that maybe maybe Carmen put a restraining order on him, and he went and seen Miguel, so he got arrested that way. There's a couple. What do you think? Why do you think that Johnny looks like he's behind bars? Do you even think he actually is behind bars? Me personally, when I first seen it, the little clip, I was like half asleep, and I thought it looked like he was visiting someone in jail, but it couldn't be Robbie if that's the case because of how they show Robbie in the scene, and I have family that worked in the detention centers for juveniles and adults. It's not the same kind of bar jail cell that you see Johnny behind or looking into. And you also see that Robbie's being escorted to his cell, which is a closed door kind of cell situation. And even if it was a visiting room, that's just not how it is. So I don't think it was Robbie if for any reason he's not in jail and was visiting someone. Me personally, I think Johnny was in jail. I think he got arrested for something, and I agree with what Sensei stated, that he thinks that it was possible him and Kreese got into it and Kreese called the cops. Kreese is a snake, so I wouldn't put it past him. What do you think, though? Just let me know. I like having the feedback with everybody that watch these videos, so feel free to comment and let me know what you think. What is your opinion on how Season 4, assuming there will be more seasons past 3, will change with that being the first season of the show that will be completely under Netflix? Do you think the tone will be different, maybe bigger budget? My guess, we will have more episodes than 10 or 2 half seasons, similar to how they released, Season 5 of Lucifer and many other shows. That's not just Lucifer, they do that too. Okay, we've already got confirmation Season 4 is a go. And if you watched Bonsai Kai Dojo's video, which I'm going to link that video in the description because you need to watch it, they've already got up to episode 8 written, and basically they're just waiting for this whole coronavirus thing to be over so they can start filming. And to answer the question, I would assume yes, they're going to have a higher budget. I'm imagining that it won't change how they foreseen writing Season 4. I think that it's still going to be made in a similar way that they made it on YouTube. But yes, they have a way bigger budget, I'm assuming, and they have a way bigger platform. Now, with a bigger budget, that allows them to bring in more casts. So we might see a lot more new people, as well as older people from, the show, the Karate Kid movies, whatever be the case. I feel like this opens up a lot more potential for them to allow that to happen, as well as I wouldn't put it past them to do a 20 episode season. I don't think that that's their plan, though, as far as the writers of Cobra Kai, and I think they're going to try to stick to the 10 episode, and I think that's just how it's going to be, at least for Season 4. Now, for Season 5, we might see Netflix might hint to them and tell them, hey, we kind of want to see more episodes. We want to see, a 20 episode season. And if they do make a 20 episode season, then I can 100% see them doing it in 2 parts. Whereas in January we might get 10 episodes, and then come, maybe April, May, June, July, we might get the second part, aka another 20 episodes. But that's just my opinion. I know how Netflix likes to do things, but I know how the writers seem to want to stick to the 10 episodes. So what do you think? Do you think for, say, season 5 and moving forward past that then we might get a 20 episode season? I would love to see that. Gives us a hell of a lot more to look forward to, right? On to the next question. Should Hawk and Tori be at the police station, not at the dojo? I'm assuming you're talking about how the little teaser shows, and I don't know. I am surprised we didn't see anybody else in trouble besides just Miguel. Besides just Robbie. I'm assuming that because of what Robbie did, the severity of it, and the severity of the injuries he caused Miguel versus Tori causing Sam, injuries, is why we see it in this way. Now, I'm not sure exactly what we can expect moving forward, and who else might end up getting in trouble in some way. I'm sure there's going to be some suspensions or something like that in the school, but I don't know for sure. Now, another thing that is really interesting is why Robbie's hair's cut. Now, there could be plenty of different options to why this happened. Obviously, he could have went on the run right after that incident happened and cut his hair to try to change his appearance, or it could just be because the detention center he's at made him cut his hair. Both are very possible options that you can't rule out. So, what do you think? Do you feel like that might be the case? Do you feel like that it's not in any way possible? What do you think? How do you think that we're going to see why Robbie's hair got cut? What do you think it's going to be? I mean, because it really could be a couple of different things, in my opinion. That's just what I would think is the logical explanation for that. Do you think Terry Silvers and Mike Barnes will show up in Cobra Kai Season 3, Episode 10? I don't know that both of them will. In my opinion, I honestly feel like we're going to get Terry Silvers for Season 3. And I think Mike Barnes is going to be the surprise guest to see in Season 4. That's just my opinion. Now, it could be flip-flopped. It could be neither of those two. But what do you think? Do you think that we might see Terry Silvers in Season 3? There's been really no hints to him being in Season 3, though. So, we might not see either or of them in Season 3. A lot of people assuming that the Allie thing at the end of Season 2 is who we're going to see in Season, 3. Is that we're going to see Allie return. But, then again, I don't know that that's going to be the case. It could be and it could not be. It's just going to kind of depend on how these brilliant writers decided to bring these other members of the Karate Kid back into the show, if they do. On to the next question. Do you think that the school will show the video of the school fight to parents? Assuming they have security cameras, which, let's be honest, in this day of age, they probably do. Yeah, maybe. But I don't know. It's going to depend on... I don't know. What do you think? I guess it kind of depends on the whole school policy thing, if they're even allowed to show it, because the cops might have, confiscated the footage. Therefore, the cops would technically own the rights to the footage and not be able to share it with parents under certain laws. I don't know. I don't know too much about the whole law and stuff like that, so I wouldn't really be able to answer that, honestly. If any of you can answer that question, please feel free to leave a comment and kind of explain your details on that, maybe, because I can't really answer that question, honestly. Does John Kreese have kids? Ooh, this one's one that's puzzled me, and I've wondered this for a minute. Now just assuming that it's not anybody we see already, I don't know. That's an interesting one. If he does, I hope that we get some kind of a story to it. Maybe it's another situation like Robbie and Johnny, where he does have a kid or kids, but they don't see eye to eye. Maybe they're on their own little terms. Maybe they just don't get along. Something along that lines. I could honestly see that being the case, especially because of how Kreese is. Let's be honest, he's not the nicest a person, and as a dad figure, oh man, I don't even know. What do you think, though? Do you think John Kreese has some little babies somewhere that we never heard about? Let me know below. On to the next question. Will there be an All-Valley tournament in Cobra Kai Season 3? I'm going to say no. I don't think that we're going to get a revisit to the All-Valley Karate Tournament just yet. I think that that's going to be more towards the Season 4, if ever again. They might not ever leave. They might not ever go back to that, Not to say that they won't. My opinion is I could see it going either way, but they might not ever return to the All-Valley tournament, at least not right away, and I don't think that Season 3 is when we're going to see that if they do. I don't. What do you think? Do you think that we'll see an All-Valley karate tournament in Season 3? Maybe, but I don't think we will. That's just my opinion. I don't think that's something we'll see in Season 3. What do you think, though? Was Terry Silvers married after the war? Honestly, I don't know. You can look it up online, and there's people in certain fan theories that state that he was, and then there's just as many that state that he wasn't. So I would imagine he's had some kind of a love life in a sense. So maybe, maybe there's just not enough that they care to tell us about Terry Silvers, at least not yet. So that one can't really be answered either. But, we're going to go ahead and throw our speculation to this, that I would assume that he probably did. Maybe not married, but had a girlfriend of some sort, But who that person is a mystery. Is the police department in school investigating the school fight? Obviously, I would assume so. Especially if that's why Robbie is arrested. They obviously must have investigated in some kind of a way. So I would assume that that's a yes. I imagine that's exactly what happened, Just my opinion. The way it seems to play out is exactly that. On to the next question. Mike Barnes is a better fighter than Daniel. What do you think? Do you think Mike Barnes is a better fighter than Daniel? I'd say they're both really close fighters. Mike Barnes was a hell of a fighter. Yeah, he was kind of not the best of person, but at the same time, he was a kick-ass fighter. He really was. So I don't know if I'd say he's better than Daniel, but I don't know that I'd say Daniel's better than him either. They're both really good fighters, and both of them are going to be in my top 10 best fighters because I felt like they both needed to be. As well as Johnny. Johnny, Daniel, and Mike Barnes are 100% in my top 10 best fighters. But, what do you think? You think that Mike Barnes is a better fighter than Daniel? I mean, I kind of see it. Do you think the police interviewed Hawk and Tori after the school fight? Yeah, I'm sure they have interviewed a lot of people. I imagine that they would have had to, by law. Just the way things go, they probably have to get everybody's side of the story, figure out exactly what happened. Obviously, if they have footage, then that helps them see what happened. But if they didn't have footage for any weird reason, then yeah, they're going to have to interview all of the students that were involved in the fight, including, on to the next question, Stingray. What happened to Stingray after the school fight? Did he get in trouble? I mean, he's an adult beating up kids. I imagine he's in trouble in some way. We don't see him in the little trailer teaser, so kind of makes you wonder, huh? This is a question from me to you all. When do you think we're going to get the actual full Season 3 trailer? Obviously, the little teaser that we got is not the actual trailer. It's just a kind of something to get us going again and let us know that Season 3 is a go and that we have a date, that they can finally talk about the date that they can air it, which is January 8th. Which I'm sure everybody here is excited. We finally get a date of January 8th, On to another, actually, it's going to be the last question from you all that's commented. Will Terry Silvers show up with his own student in Cobra Kai when he makes a return, whether it be Season 3, Season 4, or whatever? That would be interesting, It'd be kind of like the whole situation with him and Mike Barnes, kind of, how he was trying to get Mike Barnes to take Daniel out. So I wouldn't put it past him to do something similar when he does make his appearance, Whether that be his own kid, somebody he's trained off script, behind the scenes, and maybe he won't. What do you think? Do you feel like that could be something we see moving forward? I don't know. This question's kind of another question that's puzzled me since we watched it. Why do you think Hawk had blood on his hands? Some of you brought it up in the comment on my video of who do you think he beat up? What do you think that's about? Some people speculated maybe him and Kreese got into it, but I don't see Hawk being the victor if that was the case. I think Kreese would still beat Hawk's ass. So I don't think that's the case. And they also brought up that, Hawk's got a new tattoo. What do you think that tattoo is symbolized for? What do you think that tattoo is about? And he's got a new hairstyle, kind of, It's not all multiple spikes. Now it looks like it's just one big giant mohawk built into one spike, which is kind of interesting. Hawk changing the script again. Next question about that little teaser that we got that I'm kind of puzzled on is, why is Daniel so upset? Do you think that's just Miguel, because of Miguel? Or do you think there's something deeper to that little scene that we got? Makes me wonder. I'm also curious, and this answers questions of what Johnny does after, Season 2. Obviously, when you see him and Daniel explains to him, well, what did you expect to happen? He'd already been beat up he already has bruises on his face, so something happened. Some people assume that him and Daniel got into it. I don't think that's the case. It kind of leads back into the answer that Bonsai Kai Dojo provided, which is that he thinks, that Johnny confronts Kreese and ends up in a fight with Kreese. Now, I 100% think that that's our best option there, what might happen. Not to say that that's exactly what's going to happen, but what do you think? Do you feel like that's a big possibility, or you think that's just something coincidence, that's how it's played out in the little teaser? Obviously, it's going to be great when we get a full trailer, give it a month, 2 months, whatever down the line that we get an actual trailer, because then we're going to get a little more to talk about, There's not a whole lot to talk about, but at the same time, there is for that little teaser. But that's going to be it. This is going to be a shorter fan question videos. We didn't have quite as many, questions. If we don't get too many questions on this video, I'm going to keep the fan questions videos going, but they're not going to be from us commenting. They're just going to look on the internet to find other people's, questions they're asking about the show. I'm going to start including my own questions so that way we can keep these going, because I really enjoy just sitting here and talking about random, questions, theories, ideas that we have about the show. Whether it's something I think of, whether it's something you think of, whether it's something we find on the internet of other people that don't even watch my channel have thought of, regardless. I think it's a lot of fun to just sit here and kind of debate and talk about certain things and just have fun, hanging out. Usually these are always the later night uploads, so obviously these are a lot of fun to me. I don't know if they're enjoyable to you or not, but at the same time, I really enjoy making them. They're just kind of the chill hangout videos, talk, enjoy the late night Cobra Kai chat, And if I ever get to 1,000 subscribers, these videos will probably not be, there probably won't be videos anymore. What they will be is late night lives, where we just go live and we can kind of talk about these questions as I'm, live. I feel like that'd be a lot more better way to do these, but at the same time, I got a long way to go. I do want to say thank you to everyone. I did get over 200 subscribers. I want to share my appreciation to that, because I never thought I'd get to 200 subscribers, let alone as quick as I did. And a big part of that is thanks to Bonsai Kai Dojo. He did not have to shout my channels out, put my videos up on his channel, etc. So thank you, Sensei and Guest Sensei. I really appreciate it. Y'all are badass, 100%. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. So I want to thank you all. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, think about hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to super sidekick that damn like button. And we'll see you on the next one. And don't forget, stay badass, everyone. Have a good one.